It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are. We're here to try to help you identify if you have a great deal or not, and actually what to offer. So we got my man Torian here. He's on camera today. What's happening, Torian?
Oh, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, he helps out a lot on pretty much a lot of different things, especially over in the Facebook group, which you can definitely join by texting the word group to 205-964-5243. So you guys, and I put a post out there. I don't think it really took off or whatever. But a lot of people don't want to put in an address because they don't want to possibly somebody take it from them, steal it from them or whatever. So what you can do, we just need, the area it's in. It can be a street over, a few houses down, or a block over or something like that. So if you want to just do that, so you just go to, I don't know how you'll figure it out, but go to Google. Well, you should be able to figure that out. Just give us an address a few doors down, or like I say, a street over or something. It'll get us where we need to be on everything. So going to be using a couple of different tools and sites here to get us going. And so what we got here? I need to redo that. Okay, and what else? So I'll show you a couple of these before we get started. So let me just share my screen really quick. Let me do this first. All right, so starting out now, just if you didn't know, if you go to dealulator.com, you could access the free contract that I've been giving away since 2008. Personally, been using since 2003 for houses. All right, you select that, you have to fill it out, and then you could download it from there, but it has to be filled out. You just can't print it off without it being filled out. I'll say that, and people still do it opposite. But then we got the land contract, same thing. So if you need a contract for land, we have it here. It has to be filled out. Follow the instructions down here at the bottom. Next page will allow you to download the printout or email, however you want to do it, right? And we have our closing detail sheet that just makes it easier for your title company, closing attorney, or escrow company to know who's the seller, who's the buyer, who's paying what, who's receiving what, information about the property or whatever. So that's one thing. Now there, you can access the 5-day free trial on one of the tools that we use on a daily basis, which is PropStream. Start your 5-day free trial there, and we'll probably end up using it. I can't imagine we won't. The other one is Zomps, which is a Zillow enhancer, because Zillow is not set up for real estate investors or wholesalers. But I had this particular tool created to make it user friendly for user friendly for investors and wholesalers to leverage all the data that Zillow has. It's like the Google of residential real estate. So again, we'll be using Zillow for sure, and then we're going to be using CashBuyer.ai, which is powered by InvestorBase, right? Just made it easier for you to access my particular discount that you'll receive once we start using this tool. What you'll see was one of the best things I've seen in a long time as far as a number of reasons. Number one, finding out who's buying, what they're buying, where they're buying, and how much they're willing to pay. And probably the best thing is that it's going to include phone numbers on a lot of it. So that number one handles the buyer side, but it also helps you with knowing what they're willing to pay, then you know what you need to be offering our seller, and a general idea of it. And that's everything. So it prevents you from wasting a lot of time, and it can speed up the entire process for you if you have a deal or not, and nothing else prevents you from wasting time on stuff that has no chance of being a deal. All right, so we'll go ahead and get going. Do we have any fresh addresses in yet, Torin, or are we still gonna go?
Not yet. I don't see
Okay,
one.
but we'll be answering questions too. But the main objective is to try to help you know if you got a deal or not. Is the main objective. So
I see a question up from Pookie, Montana. Says, okay, I got an address too, but I have no money and want to do the house selling thing. How do I do that?
okay, so you have no money and you want to get into wholesaling houses. Well, of course, the whole thing is going to boil down to educating yourself at this point. So normally, if you don't have money, we all have time whether you got money or not, right? But when you don't have any money, your time has to be maxed out, right? You need to maximize your time on educating yourself to change your financial situation. Okay, so your job or your part-time job or whatever you want to call it, I don't know if you're working or not, but regardless of if you are, is now to educate yourself. So you say, well, how am I going to do that? Well, you started here, so I'm glad you're here with us today. Hopefully this is not too advanced for you, but you're still going to be able to get there if you're willing to educate yourself. So I give all of that away for free through my YouTube channel. If you text the word VIP, I mean the letters VIP, we say it's very important playlist. VIP, that's going to get you started on a playlist of videos that I've selected to get you going in the right direction as far as your knowledge base. And then you'll just go from there on my YouTube channel. So if you got any questions to get free advice, you can do it in a couple of ways. You can post your question in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos, and I generally answer those every couple of days. Or you can join the live streams that we have, like we're doing right now. We're doing Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 12 noon Eastern for the deal evaluation and help with making offers. And then on Thursday nights, we have our Flippinars. We're on Flippinar 307 this coming week, and that normally starts about 9 p.m., 9:30. So, everything you need is there. It's up to you at this point. It's up to you. You can get it all free. You just have to have the patience and the work ethic to educate yourself. And then obviously, once you educate yourself, something magical is going to happen. You're going to know what to do. All right. So what address we got?
Okay, this seems to be it's land, and I just looked it up, but it's EV Road.
That ain't gonna be enough.
Okay,
we need a either an address next door, or we need a parcel ID or something across the street or something. We gotta, that ain't gonna be enough.
Okay.
That ain't gonna be enough.
The next one comes from Jamming Always, and the address is 964 Seattle Street in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. All right. So in Memphis. All right. So we're going to go with 2 miles. We're going to go with single family as the property type. We're going to stay within a year search period, and then flippers and landlords. Now, again, the tool I'm using is investorbase.com, but you can get the $100 discount if you text the word boss to 205-964-5243. Now, I'm demoing it right now, but once you go to my site, which is cashbuyers.ai, is going to, you fill out the form, it's your name, email address, phone number, and then it'll take you over to the demo that's generated by, the site developer or whatever. So, all right. So what we're going to do here. So ideally, as we know, guys, so we got it pulled up. There are over 125 results, ton of activity in this area. And so the simple thing that we're going to do is we're just trying to see what buyers are willing to pay, right? I can already sort of see a pattern. It's in the 50s, right? You may see some 60s in here too, but we already seeing it. We already have an idea what they're willing to pay, right? Okay, so but what I'm gonna do to make it a little bit even more clear, I'm gonna combine Zomps and Zillow with this also. So you see the little Zillow logo right here. So Zomps, to add it, you need to be on your desktop or laptop. Now, the great thing about cashbuyers.ai, powered by Investor Base, you can use it on your phone. It's just not the same experience, but it's still pretty good on the phone. But with Zomps, you can only use it on a desktop or a laptop. But I'm using it more for a visual to just to make it clear on why we're going to come up with the offer or the price range on where you need to be to make this deal work, right? So if you go to zomps.com, ZOMPZ, ZOMPZ, and you go to get Chrome, I'm going to remove it and then add it back so you'll know how it looks. I probably should do that before we start, but so I'll hit add to Chrome, add extension. All right, once that happens, you can go ahead and just close this page if you wanted to. Right, I'm gonna just move it. You can close this page if you wanted to, and then you go over to Zillow. Right, then you go to Zillow. But in this case, we can just pull up Zillow through here. We can just click these links here. All right, so now this one, they paid this was a landlord, but they sold it. So they paid $55 for it and have sold it for trying to sell it for $198. They hadn't sold it, they're trying to sell it. So I'm not going to use this one because I'm trying to build a case on what they're paying so we can see a true pattern. All right, on this one, it doesn't show the sale in there. Let's do this first. Let's make sure we put the target property in there. All right, so boom, we're going to add that. All right, we're going to remove this one. All right, so let's go to the next one, 55,000. So they sold that one for 118. They bought it initially for 55 and sold it for 118. All right, we have another one, 50,000. Okay, so we can use that one, but let me go ahead and make this the target. The property that we're trying to evaluate, come up with a number on. So we got that one. All right, here's another one at 67,000. All right, now it's for rent, so I can't use it because Zillow is show for rent instead of sold. But they pay 67. All right, this one here they bought for 63,000 and sold it for 141,500. If nothing else, Torrin, you can see people talking no deals out there. Why would someone do that? Blah blah. If nothing else to show that. Like you see, exactly. Tons of deals here, man. Absolutely. All right, so okay, so they bought that one for 60 and sold it for 143. I'm sorry, they bought it for 53 and sold it for 143. All right, this one they bought for 50 and they paid 100 and they sold it for 110. I'm trying to get something here I can add where we could discuss. So they bought that one at 60 and sold it at 113. This one 50 and sold it at 150. 100. Well, they trying to sell it for 150. My bad.
They're trying to sell it, yeah.
They're trying to sell it for that. They ain't sold it for that. They're trying to sell it for that.
35.
Sold it for 95. Not a bad payday. This one here, 55, sold it for 115. Look like we're just gonna have to I was gonna try to wish maybe short on another one. This one here, they bought it for 49 and trying to sell it for 19. Well, basically 200. Oh, sweet daddy, now they did a good job in here. Now look.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they did their thing in there. Okay. Let's see. So here's one for 55. Okay, so this will go right here. So 55. But I think they ended up. Showing 52, but I showed 50. That's cool. That's close enough. All right, so let's do fine. See if we can find one more. That's sold for 70. So they're trying to rent that. We got 55. Sold it for 215. Nice. Yeah, nice. 45 sold for 100. We're not going to use that 90. So, but they bought this one for 40, sold it for 40. Okay, so we'll go with these here. All right, so we got 4 of them in here. So we see as low as 40 up to 60, right? So the average is about 50. Now, most of these, as far as square footage, they're similar. Yours is $1,186 per square foot. Square footage. And yours sold for, some of these are a little bit, this one here is extremely big, but it bigger, and that's probably why it sold for less, because it's going to take a little bit of money to fix it up. So I'm going to throw this one out because it's a lot bigger. So these others, I don't even know what this one was, but that's cool. So it looks like between 50 and 60. So what that means is, if you can get this property that you have, definitely, I don't know the condition of it. Let's see. Needs work for sure. Looks like if you could get this property in the 20s, it's gonna probably be a home run. The 30s, you'll be able to make some money for sure. But if you can get it in the 20s, you could definitely probably have a 5-figure payday. So I'm gonna say anything, 25, 20 to 25, it's gonna easily be a 5-figure pay, which means 10,000 or more.
Jim, and the same person is asking, how did you add the target property in Zumps? I couldn't quite see that.
Okay, so right here, so I removed it. So you got the check button here. You have this is the target right here. And then you got the one where you can remove it if you want to. So if I select the target, which one was here? Seattle. If I select the target now, it turns it into the target. And then I can remove it by hitting the X if I want to.
Okay.
Makes sense. Boom. All right, so good. That was a good one. Okay.
Yeah. 20 to 25,000. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he can still probably move it if he gets it in the 30s. I'm just saying for the maximum payday. If it's
he did include, so it says off market, absentee owner, low equity, approximately 12%, vacant, does have 2 other properties. Estimated loan balance is 53,000.
Oh,
could be a tired landlord.
Okay, so
he must have refinanced.
So he hadn't talked to him, I'm assuming. That's fine. You can let us know later.
Okay, yeah.
Just from the message, seems like he hadn't talked to him.
Yeah. All righty. Next one. He said, got it, thanks. Okay, next one is Ricky Knotts. What's up, Flip? I have this property under contract for $125K. Can you check to see if I'm right with the numbers? The address is 723 PD Avenue. So PEEDEE.
One word?
2 words.
Okay. North Carolina. Okay. All right. So we're going to go with single family, 2-mile radius, and 1 year and flippers. Okay. All right. Again, to access the tool, guys, you could just text BOSS, BOSS, to 205-964-5243. Should be scrolling on the screen there. All right. So we got a little activity in here. Okay. So 64 of them. And you say he got under contract for what?
He said 125K.
Boy, he right on the edge there. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, so 220 for that. Well, they pay 105.
105. Okay.
All right, so let's add his first. Let me search it and then add it. Yeah, man. Let me see. Is this a house? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees.
Yeah, Zillow don't like that address. Let me see. Let's just go straight to Zillow. Making a lot of noise. Okay, there it is. Yeah. All right, so I'll add it, make it the target. Boom. We can remove that. Okay, so we know that first one had already been sold. So this one was 105. They sold for 240. 115. and I think they just doing a rental or something on that one. 110. Yeah, he's right there, but it looks like he still might be able to make some off us. So that one's over 162. Paid 120 for it though. This one 108. They trying to sell it, and it's under contract for 244.9. All right, this one's over 210. I want to use that. It's got 103. They sold it for 232.
Nice.
100. Okay, so there you go. We'll use that one. 115. Okay, not sure what's going on with that yet. 110. It's over 220. Well, they the spread is 100. I don't know what they put in it for the renovation, but the spread.
Yeah, that's what I'll be thinking. How much did they put in renovation?
Yeah. This one got 13.
A lot of room, though.
Man, they paid 130. They paid 114 and sold that baby for 297. Yeah. Now that looks like a brand new house though.
That does look like a new house.
Yeah, it is. They tore it down and built it back up.
Oh, okay.
How much square feet is it? 418. He probably didn't make that much money on that one. Let's see.
If he built it out from the ground, right?
Yeah, he probably really didn't make that much money. All right, let's look at this one. Yeah, so I only got one in here that's showing, but it looks like, just from what we were looking at, it looks like they're between like 100 to 120, right? Is what buyers are paying, but they are selling them in the twos, sometimes upper twos. It looks like it's tight, but I would put it out there. I would put it out there, at 135 and see if you can get any takers on it. Obviously, there's a whole list of people here that's buying in that area or whatever. So, but that's what I would do with it. So, you already got it in the contract for 125. Ideally, I would have wanted it around 100, or maybe a little less, but see what they say or whatever. So, but again, we got buyers in here that ready to rock and roll. Look, quite a few of them. So it is an active area. Where is this located? What is it?
Was it Opelika?
It's Albert Morrow,
North Carolina.
Oh, that okay. Albert. Is that Albert Marie?
Albert Marley.
Is that an L? That's an L in it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's an L.
Yeah, okay. But it's a distance from Charlotte. Looks like. How far is that? Let me see. Let's see here. Charlotte. Yes, over an hour. Well, it says 40. It says 41 minutes. But that's technically probably outside of Charlotte's metro area though. So, but it's cool. All right. Okay. So let's clear this. All right. So who's up next here?
Was it Kezia? She's saying that about the land, that she's saying the seller, the land does not have a 911 address, saying that she would need to get at the 911 center or post office, so don't know where to go from there.
Well, no. Well, it should have a parcel ID though, right? If you had a parcel ID, I could look it up. But again, if you know of a property near there, that will help also. Like I said, across the street, it may be an actual house or a physical address or a business or something. If not, I get it, but I'm just saying that's where I would start. If not, then the parcel ID in the county, obviously state it's in, then I can look it up from there. But yeah, so on that last guy, I don't know what type of activity he's been getting on the buyer side of it, but again, that's why we're here. You see, you got active buyers in there with contact numbers. You can go about it one or two ways. You can get set your own self up, or hey, we would love to make that bread with you. Of course, you got to split it. But text boss to 205-964 5243. All right. So who we got?
And please like and share.
Oh yeah, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. If you're on YouTube, if you're on other platforms, follow. We don't ask for much for this valuetainment, this fliptainment.
All right. So the next one is from Valencia Farrow. She posted on Instagram also, but let me give the address. It's 103 Hall Avenue in Opelika. Is that how you pronounce it? Alabama?
Yeah, what is it?
103 Hall Avenue.
103 Hall Avenue. All right. And you said Opelika?
Yes, Alabama.
Okay, there we
It
go.
says 1359 square feet.
All right. We'll single family. We'll do 1 year. See what we got.
Nothing. Is that a small town?
Yeah, but it's still somewhat populated, because Auburn is right there, and they sort of like, you see how close they are to each other.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, so let's just go out a couple of years. Let me do this too. Then I'm gonna extend the mileage on it too. So let's add it to Zillow. Make it the target. All right, so boom. All right, so I'm gonna go out in the years first, and then I'll go out in the mileage if needed. We'll do the last 2 years. All right, so we got a little bit more activity. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So did she give any information on what it's selling for or anything? But I ain't got no prices in here.
No, she didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
She'll probably answer in a second now.
Yeah, got a few buyers in here, so I'm gonna go up to 3 miles, see what happens. We're out 2 years, go up to 3 miles. I'm not trying to totally get in Auburn, probably already am, but
She's saying it's selling for 180.
all right. Is this a listed property or something? Okay, I don't think it was.
80. Maybe I haven't talked to the seller.
Yeah. I'm not getting any prices here, so that's probably going to be on a county level on how they make that information available, because I'm not getting a ton of prices here. So in this situation, we do see the activity from buyers in here for sure. And that's when you will reach out on it now. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm still gonna just try to comp it for you just anyway. But that's where something like Zillow can dive in with Zoms, and then I'll even take a look at PropStream also. All right, so let me take this address, copy, see if we get anything here. All right, boom. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna zoom out. See, I can already tell you they selling at full price. All right, so it's in this general area right here. So we're gonna reset all filters. We're gonna deselect and just do houses. Then we're gonna look at the last year. Right. Okay, so boom. So it's in this general area right here, right? Let's look at the last 6 months. We got enough on. Let's see. Boom. All right. What was the street? What was it? PD, you said? What was it? Oh, Hall Avenue. No, it's Hall Avenue. So we're right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add these 3 right here. But they asking for a price on this. We'll add those 3. Actually, they're asking over for a price. So this one here, they're in La La Land. Yeah, they're in La La Land because Nothing is really selling above 140. And then they're the same size. You know what I'm saying? That was a 1997. These are closer in years. These are some recent transactions. Yeah, they're in la land on this one if they're trying to do 180. Those are the ones you don't even waste any time in because the owner is not being realistic on pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and this house ain't in just terrible condition. It can need work, but as I'm up there, I'm just gonna look at a couple of them. Let me see. Don't see anything on that one. For his photos, yeah, then that's a fairly new house. So yeah, they're in La La Land. Well, if she just wants to make,
she's saying she said above 80K she would sell it to me. So she have talked to them. I don't know.
oh, I thought you said 180.
That was the ARV.
Oh, I thought you said one at 180. Okay, no, the ARV is closer to like this, like 135.
Yeah,
all right, so just doing the numbers, I don't know what condition it's in, but even if we just even if we said the repairs was $100, well, we'll say 1,000, right? I doubt it's that, and say you just only wanted to make $5,000 on it, you would be at around 88, like that. But I don't know the condition of it. I'm assuming it needs some repairs with the age of it. So, seems like it would need to be in order for you to make money closer to 50, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 50. Okay.
Yeah.
What is a good price for a buyer to buy it at?
Yeah. Well, if you get it for 50, you should be able to move it for maybe 55 to 60.
Gotcha. She said, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. The next one is coming from Building Wealth. And this is, are you trying to take this over?
I'm ready.
9850 Elmar, Elmar Avenue. And that's in Oakland.
Oh yeah, I like going to California. Okay, so we're gonna do a mile radius because this should be probably a densely populated area, single family, 1 year, flippers and landlords.
This property is listed, and he knows it's listed, but he get a lot of on market properties.
He said, "What now?"
He said, "I know it's on market, but I still get deals on the MLS."
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Right. Make it work. As long as you got buyers that are willing to buy like that, that's a no-brainer. Yeah. All right, so that's the key. You can have at it if you got buyers that's okay with it already being marketed. So,
right.
All right, so getting 22 views a day, that's not a lot for a market of that size. The save rate is over 5%, but okay, so let's see. We'll make it the target. All right, so let's look at this one. They sold for $640, not what we want. They paid $510, sold for $640. This one $580. Ooh, sold for a meal, some change. $485, sold for $800. Yeah.
Numbers a whole lot different.
$250, sold for $330. That's a small house too. $520, sold for $520. I mean, yeah, so we're good. We're gonna add that one. All right. $370, sold for $575. $330, sold for $506. Looks like they're at the top end of the market. $410, paid $315. Here one for $590, sold for $590. Okay, but that's I think that's a townhouse or something. Let me see. No, we don't want to add that. That's not a good comparable. We'll remove that one. All right. Let me see. 603, sold for $875. 800. Okay, from just looking at it, looks like the way they have it priced at the 510 is like the bottom, and then it's a smaller house. As a matter of fact, it's overpriced in reality.
7. It's very small.
Yeah, it's very small. It looks like on the ones we can go back here. There was a couple of them in here that were that small. I think it was one. So they paid $250 for that one. That one they paid $370. They paid $330 for that one. Paid $315. So, what condition is it in? Let me see.
Building
It's already been. Yeah.
Building.
So it go. I'm sorry. You about to say something?
No, you're good. Building. It said a similar home sold for $490, but not rehab. 9873 Elmar Avenue. It says not rehab.
9873. What was it? 9873 Elmar. Let me see. Yeah, that's on the same street, and it did sell for that. It looks. I'm assuming they're going to renovate this one. I don't know if that's an outlier or if that's a renter, but even with that, it's still the one that they're trying to sell is overpriced. All right, so let's look at how this one was paid for. That one you said 18,973. Let me see. Let me open up PropStream. We got 50 people. All right, so what I'm trying to do is just to see how it was paid for. All right.
Building Wealth is saying I was thinking to offer around 430 to 450.
So this one was there was a loan on it for I guess they put 50 grand down on it, looks like, for 440. So but yeah, if they'll take that, that was one person that paid, more than what the other people are paying of similar size properties. Because I think yours is 707 square feet, and that one was 972. So even if I took, let's just do this. So if we take the 490 and divide it by 972 square feet, so that's 504 square foot, right? Price per square feet, right? So now if I multiply that times hours, wait a minute, 707. So that's like 356.
Okay.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So now that lines up with what I was showing here, right? Like this one, 330. You know what I'm saying? So it's more in line with those that are that small. So, but again, I don't know, but that's part of the reason. You look at this type of data, you see what people are willing to pay. So if you think you can move, you get it at 430. It's in pretty good condition. You probably be able to move because it does have a little interest in it when people are viewing it. So, it's averaging 22 views per day. Save rate is okay, or whatever. Hope that's not most of the agents, but only been on the market 32 days. So yeah.
All right,
man. What we got?
Okay. Kezia, I hope I'm pronouncing her name. She's put on here. Okay, this is an address. Back to the land. Okay. Okay, this is the address nearby. 111.
What state?
Spencer, Tennessee.
Okay.
Actually gave me 2 addresses that's near the land.
Okay, Spencer. I mean, so what is 111?
111 Old Highway number 0. That'd be,
And you say Spencer.
Spencer, Tennessee. Maybe she meant Highway 111.
Does she mean Highway? I don't. Highway 0.
She gave another address.
Yeah, what's the other one?
It's 1140 Pine Grove Road in Spencer, Tennessee.
All right. So where's the property? Which one is it? If she could help us out here. Okay. How many? Well, I don't know. Can she tell us by looking?
She says 2 acres of unrestricted land, and they're asking $50K.
Can she tell by looking at this which parcel it is? Because that's this is the parcel that we search for where the red dot is.
Yeah.
And then that's 10 acres right there. That's 1.24. That's 3 acres. That's 2.71. Yeah, she would have to. Well, you know what? We don't have to figure that out. That's fine.
Okay.
My bad. All right. So oh, my bad. I don't need that. All right. I just need to
figure out the
I just need to know the general area. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. At least I can just tell her how much activity is in there. So I'm gonna go out 3 miles, and I'm gonna go back 3 years on it, and we'll just select land only. So let's see what we got. It didn't like that address. Let me see. Boop, 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 boop.
That was a $50K.
All right, so we got 5 results. Let me zoom out a little bit. So 50K there, 8,000. So how big was this 50K one? So that was 11 acres though.
Yeah.
And then they sold it for 185, which is encouraging. So let's do this. I'll add that one.
She's saying it's the EV Road, Spencer, Tennessee.
Yes, okay. No, I just need the general area.
Okay.
So it ain't no big deal. I guess I need to go back a little bit more in time. Let's go 5 years, see if we can get some more sales. So I only got like a couple more, I think. Got that 8,000. This one is 10,000. How big of a lot is it? So that was 7 acres, and it sold for 10,000, right? So what would that be? Like, what is that? 1,500 acres, something like that. 12. I mean, yeah. Now, of course, this is a bigger parcel. So normally a smaller parcel will sell for more per acre, but just not a ton of activity in here, number one. So based on this, now we do have these individuals that did purchase in that area in the last 3 years. Let me try the Zillow route here. Also, let me pull up.
I mean, but do you feel like that 50K is for 2 acres is unreasonable?
Just to get back to that, yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah.
I can at least say that.
Yeah.
That's too much. That's too much.
Mm-hmm.
There's some other factors that would go into that, but just on the surface, number one, there's not a ton of activity in there, right? So that's
The other person, what did you say? They had 8,000 for 7 acres.
Yeah, they paid that one there. They paid that was only 7 acres, and they paid 11,000. I mean 10,000 for it. So that would be 10,000 divided by 7. That's like 1,400 an acre or whatever. So I think it's worth more than that from the other example. But again, I would need to know like how much road for. So I would need to see the parcel at that point. Like how much road frontage does it have? Is it any wetlands? Is it flood zone? Has there ever been utilities at the property? Has there ever been, more than likely, there's never been a structure there if it doesn't have a complete address. So
She's
those.
saying I can figure she was asking for too much, 50K.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. All right, cool.
All right. Now, Jeremy Avery had a question, which is on Facebook. Says, I want to buy a house for the first time in Detroit for cheap, but how do I get the funds to fix it up?
Start wholesaling. If you don't already have some money, you need to start wholesaling to build up some capital, or bring in a partner or whatever. But because if you don't have the money, then you got to have the money to buy it, even if it's a $20,000 house. Just using Detroit as an example, but it's going to cost you another another 30,000 to fix it. That's 50 grand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 50 grand.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know what we're here talking about, but we're here talking about doing deals where that wouldn't matter. So you would find that house for 20 and flip it to somebody for 30. That's 10 grand in your pocket. So if your goal is to buy, fix, and flip, then, so be it, or whatever. You can build up enough capital to start doing that, at least for a down payment on some hard money. Because with hard money, even if they were going to give you a loan for that 50 grand, they still going to want 20% or 30% down. 20% on 50 grand is 10,000, or 30% is 15,000. So it's hard to do without any money, to fix and flip. Wholesaling, that's the name of the game. We do it whether you have the money or not. You can wholesale and make an ungodly amount of money or whatever. So I know you want to probably do the stuff that you see on HGTV or something, but if you talk about just return on investment, meaning how much money I spend, how much I get back, there's no comparison. I can spend $10 and make 10,000. I can spend 50,000 and make 30,000. I hope I don't have to explain to you which one is a better opportunity for you.
Right.
How many $10 do you have versus how many 50,000?
Absolutely. You're right.
So that's because some people still may have not have got that.
Big difference, but
Totally, man.
All righty. Okay, got that one. Chuck Rose says, Afternoon Ty, can you comp this address, please? It's 411 Steely, Stealey Avenue. And that's in Clarksburg, West Virginia.
All right, so we're going to go 2 mile radius, 1 year, single family, flippers and landlords. Oh, I hadn't even showed the other little side of the tool or whatever. Let me just go over there. All right, so we got a little activity over here. So I'm going to go to my deals. Then I'm going to select that property we just pulled up. So it has just a little activity here. So we got a 60 here, 67, 8 on the landlord side. Flipper side is somewhat all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little lower. So don't have just a ton of activity here. So what we'll do is, let me go back, and we'll go back in time. We'll go 2 years to see if it pulls more data. All right. So yeah, we put up quite a few more. All right, let's go back over here just real quick and look at it from this standpoint. So we got a little more landlord activity in here. So in here we got 25, 36, 48, and some in the 50s or whatever. So very little flipper activity. So it looks like the highest price point that landlords will pay is 59,000, all the way down to in the mid 20s or whatever. So if you get below 20, you're gonna make some money, right? Below 25, you're gonna make some money. A little activity here in the 30s, a little in the 40s. So I would be more confident on this particular property. I don't know the square footage of it, but let's see. See it on Zillow. Oh, okay, so they trying to sell it for 20 something. So it's a pretty decent sized house too. Getting 9 views a day, not a huge save rate. Been on the market 33 days. If it were me and you're targeting this particular property, obviously now it's already being advertised, so you got to have the right type of buyer for it. So I would try to get it in the mid to lower teens if possible. Offers are free. Name of the show here.
Right.
So boom.
All righty. Let's see here. Gemini Always posted an address 4664 Clayton Street.
All right. Give it to me again. I'm sorry.
4664 Clayton Street.
In Denver.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go 1 mile. That should be a heavily densely populated area. Back 1 year.
It's a cold pre-foreclosure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 357. Let's just go over here real quick, see what we got. All right, so a lot of flipper activity in here. Is most of where it's coming from. So the bottom is around 240 or so, 245, 265, 275. All right. How many did it pull up? 18. All right, so let's do this. Let's go back in time. Let's go out distance a little bit. Let's go out in distance. 2 miles. What we got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember, guys. A couple of things is that we're combining Zomps and Zillow. Also, if you want to get more of this done beyond the weekly time slots, which are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, join the Facebook group, post stuff in there. If you don't want to put up the real address, just needs to be something very close to it, and we'll try to make something happen for you in there also. All right, so we got a little bit more activity in here. Let me go over here, see if it's clear over here to me. Okay, so again, we got more flippers in here. So the bottom appears to be around 289. All right, there's a ton of activity in here in the lower 300s, and then even some in here in the higher 300s also. I guess it just depends on the square footage and condition of it. So let's do this. Let's look at that actual property. All right. So we'll make it the target. And let's look at it again. Looks like it's definitely livable. For sure. Only 1,100 square feet. So let's look at some of these comparisons. Okay, so this one here was under 1,000 square feet. This is 1,200 square feet or so. So for 395, 450. This one here was 357. This one was 400, 340. Where's our property? 465, 230, 390. So yeah, I'm going to say based on that. So in this area right here, if you can probably get it anything right around 300 to maybe even 330, you're going to probably be pretty good based on the condition of that house to have a pretty good payday on it. Now you may can pay a little more, maybe up to 350, but definitely anything close to 300, you're gonna probably hit a pretty good home run there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There was a question from Kezia about the land we did. She asked, so should I pass on her because I see where she was asking for 75K in February, then changed it to 50K in May. So she's been
No, you can always make the offer. I would probably hit her with 10. She already dropped it from 75 to 25. Just hit her with 10. I wonder what the county value is because a lot of times they'll go by.
She dropped it from 75 to 50.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Okay.
50. So that was what is that? Not quite 50%, but
yeah.
Just hit her with your number.
Mm-hmm. So you think about what 10?
Yeah.
Go from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Offers are free.
Absolutely. Oscar Heard on Facebook says, I have a potential deal in Jacksonville, Florida, and the address. Let me see. Oh, it's a triplex.
Okay, good. A little mixed up. All right, what's the address?
Okay, 2304 Grunthal Street. That looked like Grunthal. And it's 3 addresses, but that's one of them.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to select multifamily, and we're going to extend out maybe 3 miles. We'll stay with we'll go out 2 years. Well, we'll stay with a year for now. Let's see what we get.
Okay.
I should have included houses in that too, as far as I should have just did landlords and I just should have just did landlords instead of flippers. But
no, why do you say that?
Because it's a triplex. It's a triplex.
Yeah.
Income producing property, but it only pulled up a couple of flippers. All right, so number one, we see the activity in here. Who's buying? So it's 64 of them. We only went back. We went out 3 miles, back 1 year or whatever. So on something like this, that's the main thing, right? So now we would have to dive into what type of multifamilies these are, and to see what they're willing to pay. It didn't pull up anything on that one. Let's see on this one, same thing. On this one, is this same buyer? Okay, not all three different ones. Keith Jackson. Okay, so boom. So what was this here? Multifamily. Did say anything up here in the notes? Anything? Front of kitchen, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. This is back one. So this looks like it's a duplex, and they paid. They initially paid $160 for it. Is it rented, or because that will matter? Is it currently rented or occupied or vacant? That info will help.
He did say, he said the owner gave me I'm having trouble with the owner letting me do a walkthrough of the property. The owner gave me a list of a lot of repairs needing done, but it appears to be some red flags with not having access to the property.
What price did he give him?
Says vacant.
I'm saying what price did he give him?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Oscar, what price? Says vacant. He was answering the other question, whether it was occupied.
All right. Let's see what this one was. I think this was a duplex also. It's big too. Let's see, it's 2-story main house.
Okay, he said no price given.
Okay. What is this one? Let me see, Brian. Let me see. 2 main story house, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, mother-in-law.
Oh, he's asking him for an offer.
Oh, okay. All right.
One of those situations.
So it doesn't need quite a bit of work, or what?
Says he said that's what he's saying. He's not allowing him to do a walkthrough. So it gave me a list of repairs needing done.
Well, see, that's going to be a hurdle anyway. So I don't know how much time you'll spend on something like this, because your buyers are going to want to see it also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't. How serious are you? You just have to have that conversation about it. Ask him, would you make an offer on something that you haven't seen? Would you feel that you made a legitimate offer on something that you can't even view? It's that simple. I don't even know what to tell you without some of that information. Now you can email me at ty@dealulator.com. That's ty at, well, let me just put it up here. Ty@dealulator. See how it's spelled? DEALULATOR. It's the word calculator, removing the CALC and replacing it with DEAL. So ty@dealulator.com.
I'm putting it in the
chat. But again, won't none of that matter. Once you have that conversation with him, you just have to be stern with it. Hey man, look, if you're trying to sell, there's no way I can make an evaluation without seeing it, right? Just no way around it. Like, and again, you can let them know, hey, I'm an investor, but I make my money selling finding deals with other investors, right? And so I know if I can't see it, they're going to want to see it. What game are we playing here? Because I know you wouldn't buy something sight unseen, because that's basically what you're telling us to do. Even it's almost like
you're trying to hide something, right?
Yeah, like how would you do that? You just have to throw it back on them like that or whatever. So yeah, it's sort of hard to even tell you anything on that one. Now, just looking at it, just real, they paying in the mid 100s, a little more, 150, 160, 170, somewhere in there, or whatever, just to tell you. But that's sort of still, being very subjective without knowing more there. So,
okay.
All right.
The next one is from Errol Jackson, and is 1285 West 26th Street.
1285 West
26th Street,
26th Street.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a house. I'm assuming. Yeah. So we'll stay within 1 mile, maybe pretty decent, probably 1 year.
Yep. Okay. 129.
All right. Okay. So we got a ton of results in here. Okay. Cool. All right. So any more details on it that they gave?
No, just put the address.
Okay. So let's look at it. All right. So see how many square feet it is. So it's for sale. So it's been on the market. Wow, it's been on the market 76 days, over 2 months, going on 3 months. Oh, it looks like it needs some work though, don't it? All right. So how big is it? It's 1,800 square feet. Okay. So we'll add that as the target. So let's see what we got here. All right. So like this one's 1,600. They paid 129 and sold it for 239. All right. We'll love the beta CD. Okay, so 100. So this one is how big was ours?
18.
Okay, so this is similar right here. All right, they paid 100 for that one. It looks like it was some renovations that had been done in there already. So all right, so we'll add it though. And so let's see another one. The 128, but it was only 1,000 square feet. But let's see what it looked like. It's not going to give us the number. So this one was 85,000. So they got it on the market for 120, but it's a lot smaller. It was 933 square feet. On that one, this was 98,000, 1,400 square feet. So for 195,
95.
and they increased the square footage on it too. So, this one was 2,200 square feet. So over 340. Okay. All right, look at this one. So for 160, paid 95 for it. It was 1,700 square feet. Okay. It looks like because this is already listed, just from looking at these. So it's already listed, right? And at 69, it hadn't sold, right? So just off the top, it's going to probably have to be half that number. Number one for it. So I'm gonna say 30 grand, 30 to 35, for you to probably be able to move it at 40, 45. Yeah. Because the market don't like what they see, right? In this line. I didn't even look at this inside. So definitely needs renovations, of course. But yeah, the market don't like what they see. So it ain't cheap enough. And they must not be accepting them because I'm sure they're getting some lowball offers on it.
As
So
long as it's been sitting, on the market.
yeah, as long as it's been sitting on the market. Matter of fact, after looking at it, I should have looked at it first. I would start at 20.
Yeah, because Earl was saying I thought 30K or less would be appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All All right. So what else we got here?
Okay. The real Terry asks, good afternoon, guys. What's the best way to secure a hard money loan or private money loan or partner?
Okay, so what's the best way to secure hard money? Okay, so well, I've obviously got to identify a property, but now you do know that it's rare. I ain't gonna say it's rare, but well, yeah, it is. Now you can have a partner that may do this, but for these institutions that do hard money daily, they're gonna want you to have skin in the game. What that means is just say with the purchase and the rehab costs, you're at $100,000 total, right? That's what you need to buy it and fix it. They're going to normally want you to put 20 to 30% down. So that means you're going to have to come up with $20,000 to $30,000. So if you got that based on what you're trying to do, then boom, you're probably going to be able to have somebody to lend you the money. If you don't have it, then you wholesale to raise that type of capital if that's your end goal. But guys, I don't want you to get caught up into you thinking that's what you have to do, right? You can make money with both. Don't get me wrong, or whatever. But let me just show you something real quick. ROI calculator. All right. So if you don't know what ROI is return on investment. That basically means how much money you spend and how much you get back based on percentage, right? I hope this is the simple one. I don't think it is. I think it's this one, the Omni one. Okay, so this is the perfect example. Okay, so if you invest, let's just say $100,000, Torian. All right,
Yes.
so you're 100,000,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you had a payday, we'll say you flipped this house and sold it for now this is gross profit. You're still gonna have some stuff in there that's gonna take away from this. Even if you normally most people are good with 20%, 30% on their money. So even if you wholesaled it, and I mean you bought and fixed it and flipped it and you sold it, but I'm just gonna go with like 142 just for the odd number, right? You sold it for 142. That's a really good return on your money. Now most people are looking at probably 20, 25%. That's 42% on your money. That's pretty good. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's pretty good. But let me show you something. So let's say if you spent $10 locking up an agreement, how do I reset?
Make 42, yeah.
Yeah, let me read. Okay. So you spend $10 wholesaling something,
Yeah.
and you make, let's just say, I don't know, Torrent, 11,000
Okay.
650, right? That's the money that you're getting back. Look at that ROI. 42% versus 116,400%.
Yeah.
So how many? Okay, so let's just do it now. So okay,
That makes it a lot more plain and simple.
okay. So that's fine, Tyrone. But let me go deeper. Let's go deeper. Right now, everybody that's watching this, how many $10 you think you can get your hands on, even if it ain't your money?
All right.
Right. Let's just say if you show somebody that got more money, so they got 100, but that means so we can put 10 properties on the contract. And I ain't gonna do that. Let's do this. I'm gonna do some more, a little bit more real people because they don't believe that. Let's do 100. Let's just say if you spent $100.
$100. Okay.
All right, instead of $10, $100. So now it's 11,550%. All right, instead of the ridiculous 116,000%. It's still 11,550% on your money. You spent $100. So how many $100 do you think you come on? Let's just do that, right? Or let's do this. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it. I don't want to overcomplicate things. So you had the 100. So now you have more hundreds out of this 11,000 that you put in your pocket. Now on the other deal, let me just pull up another window. Let me pull up another window. So we said, what did we say? We said $100,000.
100 grand and
you made 142.
142. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that was that 42% versus 11,550. Okay, you say, well, still Tara made more money. Yeah, you did make more money. Okay, so let's do this then. So now I got 11,650, and with you getting your money back, you got 142,000. So what? So Tori, what can they do? They can go out and get another one. Say if you did the same thing, got another, and you got the 42, right? Okay, but you can only do one of them.
Yeah.
Right. You don't do one of them, another one. And so now all the time it takes from the time you buy it, if everything went perfectly, you bought it, you got it rehabbed in 30 days, right? And then you sold it in another 30 days. That's 60 days. But look what we can do. How many hundreds can you get out of 11,650? If you don't know, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir. Got a calculator.
I got a calculator here. Divide that by 100. You can get 116 more deals in the pipe. And so you say, well, I ain't gonna spend all my money. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just do 20% of that, right? That 116, right? You're gonna put a majority in your pocket. So let's do 20% of that. So you can put another 23 deals on the contract, and you still put almost 10 grand in your pocket. You see what I'm saying? So now you can, so on top of that, to rehab something, guess what has to happen, Tori? Yeah. You have to be in that city to do that.
That's true.
Wholesaling, I can wholesale sitting in my drawers in my bathroom if I want to, living room, bedroom, wherever, and be putting those properties on the contract for that $100. We went with 23. We know we can do more because we made 11,000 on that first one. But with that house that you flip, you can only do one of those at a time. Yeah. Now, of course, we know people that do tons of them at a time, but they got to have a war. If you're doing 10 of these, let's just do this. If you're doing 23 of these at a time, Tori, guess how much money you got to have? 2.3 million out there.
Wow. Waiting.
You know what I'm saying? 2.3 million to do 23 of those, whereas we only have $2,300 out there. Come on, guys.
Big
Don't
difference.
Get caught up in it. That's what you just got to do. Now, if you're one of those people, you like to fix things or whatever, then boom. But if you just talk about a good investment, it don't compare. If you want to do it, jump flipping houses and jump into flipping some commercial real estate, and then these numbers will sort of come closer to lining up. They still don't, but they'll come a lot closer to lining up or whatever. But
how do you feel about Ty about doing one deal where you're doing the actual flipping, but have a lot of wholesale deals going as well?
Well, again, that's if you want to, you like that process.
Mm-hmm.
If you like that process, but if you like money, it ain't nothing to think about.
Yeah.
Cause that time that it takes to put a deal together like that, fixing flipping, that's again. Some people they bam, they do it like a assembly line or whatever. But I know that ain't most of the people watching this right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But still, even if they got to go on the assembly line, the people that got wholesaling going to the assembly line versus the one got fixing and flipping going to the assembly line, it still ain't no comparison.
Yeah.
It ain't no comparison. Because you limit it in most cases to where you are, and obviously the amount of money you have to have out there at one time, or whatever. Comparably, I'm just saying. Again, you can make money with both. I can make money. Both of us can make money. I don't know. I was gonna try to give an example.
What you was about to say?
I'll leave that alone. But anyway, so I just don't want people they keep asking about hard money, all that stuff. Don't feel. See, they think that's the answer. I'm struggling wholesaling.
The numbers are bigger, but
it seems bigger. But then, but a lot of times people are asking that because they struggle to wholesale. But you do know to fix and flip, you still got to find a great deal.
Yes.
You still got to find a great deal. If you can find a deal that you can fix and flip, you can find a deal that you can wholesale because it's the same thing. Because they normally are paying, you ain't getting that much off of it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even with this example right here, Where are they? You know, like even with this example, you know, if I make 11,000, that still might have been on $100,000 transaction or whatever, but I still had to find a great deal for an investor to pay me that $11,650.
It's the same work involved.
It's the same work. You still got to find a great deal. You see what I'm saying? That ain't gonna be eliminated just because now you got some money to go find something. That ain't gonna be eliminated. You still got to make offers. You still got to find a great deal. That's you still gonna have to find a great deal.
That's
or
true.
you finna get your head caved in.
Right, and lose a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, because you got to know what you're doing. Because you could get in and start doing repairs, and
you can't get your money back.
This ain't gonna pass inspection because it got some foundation issues we didn't expect, and that just absorbs everything. You gotta know what you're doing now. That's a dangerous game to play, or whatever. So anyway, take from somebody. I ain't talking from just theory. This is something I felt I had to do way back.
Yeah.
But when you know better, you do better. And that's just me. Again, you can make money with both, but if you just don't do it based on good financial moves, it ain't even nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I like that example because that broke it down very clear.
Yeah, you could only to have 23 fix and flips out there, if all of them were equal at 100,000, you have to have $2.3 million out there versus wholesale $100 contract, 2,300, and make the money faster with lower risk at a higher rate of return on your money. That's just true. Basic 101 investing.
And nobody is getting that type of return on their money right now. You know,
hell, what? You can't get that in the dope game. No. Man, you putting up. Sometimes you're not even putting up no money, so it's infinite. They don't have a calculator to calculate. So when you put up $0 and made this 11, there's not a calculation for that. There's not a calculation for that. Because you put up nothing and made that much. It's basically like somebody just gave you some money.
Right.
The only thing you haven't bought, your time has value.
Somebody said, you said the dope game?
Oh my God, no. And lower risk.
Right, lower risk. Talk about risk with that.
Your life and your freedom ain't in jeopardy.
Come on now. Okay. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to get on the soapbox.
I hear you. It's needed though, I'm telling you. So you can understand how important this is. Okay. Hi, Ty. Quick question. I have connections with agents and realtors, and they always provide me off-market properties nationwide. If and when would you be interested for us to do a JV?
If they're really deals, it's just rarely realtors send over deals. It's off-market. That's rare. But again, I'm not closing by no means. If they're deals, most definitely I'll be a fool.
All right. Next one is Ricardo Stevens, and it's 15775 Holland Road in Brook Park, Ohio. Says it has a pending offer, but are you able to comp it for me?
Yeah, no problem about that. We will still comp it for you, sir. Let's try 1 mile here. See what we got.
The real Terry, she said, I believe you adequately answered my question.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. I adequately answered that question.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's a female.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a foreclosure pending. What are we doing here? So
asking, it says a pending offer. Can you comp it? I guess.
Okay, he said that. Okay. I'll just make sure. All right. So now I don't know what they got it on the contract for, but we can see what people are willing to pay here. So it's 1,800 square feet. Okay, so we see 144, 172, 137, 136, 112, 135, 185, 150. So let's go over here, see what we got. So got a lot of flipper activity here on the lower end. Obviously, they're going to pay less. So the bottom appears to be 120, and the top basically about 147, right? Now your landlords will pay a little more or whatever. That's common because there's a long-term play for them, but more your activities with flippers. So this property here, it must be a landlord trying to take it down or whatever, because if they're getting anything close to this number, then so I don't know what the question is. So it looks like it was priced right based on what landlords appear to be paying, because a flipper wouldn't pay this. Now they're not saying that they wouldn't get it for a lot less than this, but a flipper wouldn't pay this.
No.
Yeah, they would want to be 140 and some change and below. So
okay. And the last question was a quick question. How do I partner with you on this deal? Well, I think you answered that. Send an email to Ty Deal You Later.
Yeah, Ty Deal You Later. Yeah. I guess we could have thrown a banner. I don't have a banner for that. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I'll put it up here at the end on my email. Okay. Yeah, so all right, we've been rolling pretty hard here. So guys,
one last thing, the lady Kezia said she offered the 10K on the land and said she got a laughing emoji from the seller.
Good. All right. So
exactly.
All right. So let's follow up. How close can you come to that amount?
Yeah.
So we get a real number out of her. All right. So let me throw my email up. It's somewhere up here. I thought I had it down here somewhere. Where's it? Where are you, Tyrone? My great aunt used to say. All right, so here we go.
Yeah. Tyrone, that was your grandmother called you?
Rob, that was what she would say. Great aunt, you say. Okay, so let's partner on land, self-storage, hotel, motels, houses to email me at ty@dealulator.com. You should see it on the screen here, guys. ty@dealulator, DEALULOTOR.com. You want to check out cashbuyers.ai, powered by Investor Base. Text the word BOSS, BOSS, to 205-964-5243. And with that being said, wow. So I guess we'll be back on Wednesday. Please share this at noon Eastern time. And I don't know. Anything else you want to add to it?
No, I'm good. Good. I think it was a good one. Good live.
Good. So take that ROI today. Listen to me on that, right? All right. Don't think you just have to do that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in that. It's all about return on investment, man. The least amount of money, the most return with the least amount of risk. That's the name of the game. That's whatever it is. Ooh, Lord, our billionaires are made, man.
Absolutely.
Lowest risk, the biggest return, but it don't always work like that. Sometimes it have to be low risk, low return, and just be patient or whatever. But yeah. But all right, man. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully, and then you can hit us up in the Facebook group too. I forgot. So that's Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, or you can just on Facebook, and it's a private group, so we'll get in there. We'll chop it up with you guys. Also, if you got some stuff you want to post, even if it's like I say, if you don't want to put the actual address in there, just something close by. So that's what the power of Google Maps is, or just what you already may know. All righty. So we'll see you guys on the FLIPSIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Hit that bag.